Greetings, everyone. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode. It's actually day 19, pick 19 of my 31 favorite singers, frontmen, vocalists, front women who also regularly play an instrument in the bands. Guitar, bass, drums, keyboards, saxophone, violin, flute, ukulele, mandolin, harmonica, whatever it might be. They're not up just there looking handsome, looking pretty, and singing everything. They're doing all that, and they're also contributing mightily to the music with their prowess on their individual instruments, whatever it might be. Today, probably the poster child for this whole month, because this particular person, not only a very exceptional vocalist, maybe not as much anymore. He's gotten older. We forgive him, though, and it happens to all the best of them. But throughout his career, very unique singing style. You hear 2 seconds of something he sings, you know it's him. He's a really accomplished acoustic guitar player too. Can play keyboards and basically everything else. And he's a pretty damn good flute player too. Let me bring to the stage, of course, from Jethro Tull, Mr. Ian Anderson. Been waiting to talk about Ian all month. Figure I'd throw him in right around a little past the middle of the month, right? It just kind of happened that way. So yeah, Ian Anderson, of course, frontman, lead singer, vocalist, flute player, acoustic guitar player in Jethro Tull since the beginning. Writes all the songs. The guy who does it all. What a unique vocal style too, right? I mean, he doesn't sound like anybody else. I dare say, I don't know if I've ever said, yeah, this guy sings kind of like Ian Anderson, right? It's just got one of those unique voices that like never been duplicated, never been mimicked, right? It's just Ian, right? Um, even in, his in his later age here, where he's still, he's got the frailer voice, right? Obviously, it still totally sounds like Ian Anderson. So yeah, it's great front man, and that's important too. An amazing front man. It's like even you go to see Tull in more recent times. I mean, he's pretty dynamic up on stage. Maybe not quite what he used to do, but as you can see here in this pic here, he really would play the flute and he'd do that thing with his leg, right? But yeah, and an amazing flute player. Who would have ever thought to add flute to music like this, right? Early on, kind of bluesy rock, folky rock, prog rock, hard rock, right? Yeah, we've seen flute in prog rock and music throughout, but to make it like a focal point of the band, of the music, why not? It works. Great acoustic guitar player too. All those wonderfully intricate acoustic guitar passages and so many Jethro Tull songs, and paired up against the amazing rock guitar skills of Martin Barr, and everybody else in the band. Jethro Tull has just been a force to be reckoned with. Also plays mandolin and other, all sorts of other things, different kinds of flutes and whistles and things like that. Yeah. So Ian Anderson, of course, had to make this list, and you know, trying to figure out, well, what three albums do I pick? Do I just pick my favorite three Tull albums because he's heavily featured from a flute perspective, and of course, singing all the songs on all the albums. So it comes down to, well, what's the kind of the albums that have the best combination of some of my favorite flute playing from him across the board and some of my favorite vocals from him. Again, not easy. Can basically pick anything. There's no wrong answer. I'd probably give you different examples if I did this again tomorrow. But I'm going to start with Aqualung. It's almost like it has to be here, right? Some incredible flute playing on here, some of his most iconic vocal passages on here. Of course, the great title track is on here. Cross-Eyed Mary is terrific. That flute solo is just absolutely amazing. You got things like Mother Goose and Cheap Day Return and wonderful Wondering Aloud. And of course, the great Up to Me, great vocal on that. The heavy My God, you know, awesome. Hymn 43, Slipstream, Locomotive Breath, of course. It's amazing. And then Wind Up is an amazingly underrated track on this album. And what a great vocal performance on there. And then all the intricate acoustic guitar work throughout this album. I mean, he's just kind of doing so many great things on here. So many great things. And there's a reason this is hailed as the classic that it is. So had to mention that. One that didn't I wasn't automatically kind of centered on, but the more I thought about it, because I kind of take this album as a big whole with all this great stuff by everybody, but the more I thought about it, it's an amazingly written album A lot of great vocal passages because he's doing kind of like different characters and telling a story. There's the opening amazing acoustic guitar, which comes in and out throughout the album. And then that flute is ever present all throughout. Of course, I'm talking about Thick as a Brick. Have to have it here. I tend to kind of, I think when I think of Thick as a Brick, I always kind of like, well, Martin is great on here, and John Evans' organ is amazing on this record, and Ian, of course, is singing great, and there's the acoustic guitar, and I kind of forget how much great flute playing is on Thick as a Brick. Amazing, a lot of it. So yeah, had to do that one, and then my pick number three, I was like, God, do I go with Minstrel in the Gallery? Do I go with Benefit? Do I go with Stormwatch? Has some great stuff. Ultimately, I said, it's got to be Songs from the Wood. It's got to be. Because I was thinking, man, The Whistler. It's amazing, right? It's just so good. And then the quirky vocal on there. And then the title track has some killer stuff on it, right? You got Jack and the Green Couple One there, Hunting Girl. Fire at Midnight, Pig Broke, Cap in Hand, Ring Out Solstice Bells. His flute playing is lovely on that, and just vocally. I mean, this is a tour de force of progressive folk rock right here, folks. And the master Ian Anderson's doing all sorts of wonderful stuff. And it's like the more you kind of think about it, and you listen to some of these songs and albums, you just realize how much Ian has to do with the overall presentation of the songs with everything that he's doing. Because how many songs have his wonderful acoustic guitar playing, the flute playing, and the vocals splattered all throughout them? It's like you really wouldn't have Jethro Tull without it, right? You can say how important, Martin Barr's guitar work is, and it is, or John Evan or whoever is playing keyboards and the drumming, Barrymore Barlow and Clyde Bunker, so on and so forth, the bass playing. It's all amazing, all great, all essential, but you don't have any of this greatness without all the elements that Ian Anderson brings to the table. So to me, he could be, if I were to rank these um, players as far as their importance in the vocal and all the instrumental stuff they do. Ian's got to be near the top, if not at the top. Just an amazing, amazing front man that does so much. So yeah, he's my pick for today. Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick, Songs from the Wood, and of course Aqualung are my three picks. Could change at any time. Like I said, tomorrow I may want to squeeze Mitchell in the Gallery in or Heavy Horses or Stand Up or any of those albums, right? They're all worthy, absolutely all worthy. And even Passion Play, right? He's doing all sorts of cool saxophone on there, right? Hey, why not, right? We haven't had anybody sax yet, right? So let us know what you think of Ian Anderson down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. Picking day number 19, and we'll see you tomorrow for number 20 as we 11 more days to come, right? Before we finish out the month and we move into, if you didn't hear yesterday, I kind of made the decision on the fly yesterday on the spot because I still hadn't figured out what I was going to do for September, but it's going to be 30 days of my favorite title tracks of all time. So we're going to change up a little bit. We haven't done a song-based monthly show in a long time, really long time. So I'm going to go scour through all my albums and try to figure out my 30 favorite title tracks. And they have to come from the album that they're on. So this can't be like a Houses of the Holy, which didn't appear on Houses of the Holy, right? It's got to be on that album. We'll see what we come up with. I have no idea. I know some that I definitely want to include, but it's going to be tough because there's a lot of great ones. So this is going to be a really, really difficult decision for me. And I don't know, I don't even know if I will have the ability to rank them. I may try. We'll see. I have a lot of work to do over the next week. So that's coming in September. So start to get your list ready, your favorite title tracks of all time. Remember, they have to come from the album that they appear on, right? Not a title track that appears two albums after the album that's called what the song is, right? It's got to be on that album. So stay tuned for that. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options all down below. Thanks in advance for all your support there, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. What do we got coming up? More album reviews coming. Got a whole bunch of things I want to get to over the next week or so, so I'm pumping them out as fast as I can. We've got another episode of Four Fusion Song Battle, right? That's coming up on Friday. We've got the review crew, not the review crew, that was last weekend. We've got the UK Connection coming up this weekend. We're doing another AOR Melodic Rock Fest. I'm looking at three cool albums. That's coming up on the UK Connection Saturday. Sunday, I'll be ranking the albums of Carcass, and there will likely be more. So stay tuned for all that and much, much more. As always, I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody, here on SOT. Take care. Bye bye.